It says we're live.
You're in the show.
Is that what it says to you?
That's what it says to me. It says, you're in the show.
Do I need to do this?
I'm in the show. I don't think that you do.
If
Greetings,
people,
Earthling. Greetings.
I feel kind of important, though, when I do this. Like, I feel somehow like it gives me more credibility to hold this.
I'm in a TED Talk. I'm here to talk to you about petting.
Hey, you guys, can you hear me? Do I need to hold this? I don't trust your husband because he was like, no, you don't need to hold it.
Well,
and then all of a sudden, I sounded like crap.
Well, you didn't at first. And then all of a sudden, about halfway through, you did start sounding like crap. So I don't know what it is.
I don't even know. Can you guys hear me? Do I have to hold this? Because this is very tiring.
Yeah. I don't know because mine is usually pretty. There's nobody there. I'm not seeing anybody. Hold on. Am I seeing people?
Yeah, there's all kinds of people.
Okay. Now I can see people.
Yeah.
I love how Kira's like, why are you holding your things?
Okay. So people are saying don't hold it. All right. Well, I'm not gonna.
Kira, maybe we like to hold our things. It's a personal question.
You guys, I think this whole election result coverage can be summed up thusly.
That's what you have to do. You have to hold the goat up to this stupid thing. That's what everybody's like, you don't have to hold it, but we kind of do.
But for the goat, you do.
You have to hold it. You have to hold the. You guys, we don't know who the president is going to be. I feel like it should be Trump. I think we all know that it should be Trump, but everything is a big cluster. And in German, they would say it's a Klusterfuken. That's what it is. It's a big Klusterfuken because, a lot of states don't know how to get their crap together.
What is that? So this is what I don't understand, right? Because we were just saying before we went live, we live in Indiana where we have known how to do election counting since the beginning of elections. We go to the polls, we put our little votes in, they get counted almost immediately. And then they're delivered and everybody's happy and it's fine. What is the problem in these other states?
I can't tell you what the problem is. I don't know. I mean, these people were dropped on their heads as children. I don't, it's not difficult. It's not difficult. What's the problem, Pennsylvania?
What's my God. And is it Pennsylvania? Yeah, I think it's Pennsylvania. That's the absolute worst because they're saying, you know what? We've got this new rule that we have. Special for this year where we're just going to take until the 10th to count everything. We'll give you guys an update on the 5th. We'll let you know how it's going, but we're not going to tell you for sure until the 10th.
Oh my God. How about you suck it, Pennsylvania?
If you're in Pennsylvania, what the hell is wrong with your state?
Right. I mean, you should be ashamed of yourself. What is wrong with you?
I mean, this is ridiculous. And so there's 7, 10, I don't even know now because I went to bed at 11. I'm just so sick of it that there's probably 7 or 8 states that we just don't know Georgia, what the hell? So all of a sudden there's going to be a big water pipe explosion in the place where they're counting votes in Fulton County. That seems very convenient.
Water pipe explosion.
Sorry, but that's bullshit. Yeah. I'm so irritated by that. That just makes no sense at all. And so that I'm mad at. And then I'm mad at so many states. I'm so mad at so many states right now for not getting their shit together.
Yeah, I know. It's and this is the thing. I was talking to my 10-year-old yesterday about this the early voting stuff I guess it's fine as long as it's in person, but we were talking about mail-in voting and she was like, well, wait a second, mail-in voting, she even understands that mail-in voting could be riddled with fraud. She's 10. She's like, because she's like, well, can't somebody mess with the votes if you mail it in? And I'm like, yeah. You're 10 and you understand this. Hello. This is the thing. I go, honey, most people on our side of the aisle, your daddy and I are Republicans, and most people on our side of the aisle understand that if you have a mail-in vote, a mail-in ballot, that can get, lost in the mail, or a dog can pee on it, or, it can get it can get lost, it can get lost, and they're finding some of these lost ballots, in ravines and stuff like that, so I'm explaining to her and she's like, well, I feel like that just, people can cheat that way. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, she understands it.
And when I tuned in to, I was listening to the radio on my way in, and I was listening to people saying, because I first turned it on, I went to bed not knowing. I mean, obviously nobody knows what's going on, but I went to bed not knowing what was going on. Turned on the radio immediately, and the first thing I heard were the people, I think it was on Fox, that were saying, okay, well, Trump still has a really narrow path to victory. And I was like, what the hell? Narrow? Like, he's leading in most of these states.
Right.
But it's because they are projecting that by the time these dumbass states who can't get their shit together count mail, that's what mostly Democrats do mail in. And so they're figuring that by the time they count all the mail stuff, it's going to lean Democrat. And that's why they're saying Trump only has this narrow path, which I am so mad that there are no donuts here.
I know. It's crazy. This is the craziest election. You know, just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier past 2016, we are in crazy times, you guys. So I don't know. I mean, they were all bracing themselves yesterday for the boarding because they thought it was, I know your husband thought it was going to be a landslide. And I don't know. I think a lot of this goes to this whole mail-in ballot, everybody early voted. Everything is just wonky. We've never voted like this before.
Yeah.
And I wondered how it was going to go. I was just like, I don't like how we're doing it this year. I don't like anything about the system. I don't like anything about how we've changed all the rules. I just don't like it. I wish that we would have kept it the way that we've always done it. And I don't know why we didn't do that. Why didn't we do that?
And why were there so many reports too of like ballot machines not working?
Exactly.
And I'm like, there's no excuse for that. I mean, we've had years to prepare, literally years to prepare and to test and to do trial runs or whatever. I mean, there's just no excuse for this crap not working.
I know.
It just makes me absolutely insane. And then the other thing is that these states that aren't reporting, like, what I know the Supreme Court allowed 2 states to do, to extend their counting dates or whatever. But why? Like, why are we changing rules this year? The most contentious year ever. And that's when we're going to go ahead and change things?
Yeah,
ballot
box is not working is inexcusable. We have phones that tell you to stand up you know what I mean? My phone will be like, it's time for you to stand up, Daisy. And I'm like, shut up.
Okay, my phone doesn't do that. Why doesn't my phone do that? I want my phone to do that.
I guess it's my watch. My watch tells me to do that.
Oh, okay. Right.
My watch tells me to stand up during the day. And I'm like, I don't want to stand up. Shut up. I'm going to be lazy right now. But my watch tells me but we can't get ballot boxes to work. I mean, it's 2020. It's a bunch of crap.
I know.
What is it? Oh,
What?
all right. Okay. He's telling us to put both our headphones in our ears.
Why?
Bones in your head, honey.
He's something about, like, I don't know. He's talking about bones and stuff like that. I don't know.
Bones?
Yeah. I don't know. Just put your headphones in your ears and see if that helps.
I mean, it doesn't help. It just makes you louder to me.
It really, well, I'm always going to be loud. It may help for people out there to hear us. I don't know. It may. I don't know. Just try it.
Okay, but you're really loud. I can't.
Really?
It's like it hurts my ears. I can't do it.
Really? I'm that loud to you?
Yeah, it's super loud.
I wonder why that is.
I don't know. I don't know, but it's too much. So I can't do that.
Okay.
I can hold it like right in this area.
Not gonna work. It's not.
I don't know. Did you see a couple pieces of information that we do know for sure is that sweet little Madison Cawthorn won his house race. You know, the guy in the wheelchair. He's so precious. He's
cute. He's cute as can. Yeah, he's complete. I was gonna say that he's hot, but he's like 25, so I would have felt like really weird. But you did it, so you crossed that line. So thanks.
And I'm older than you.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, objectively speaking,
yeah.
The dude is hot. And so he won. Now, people are mad at him already because he said on Twitter when he found out he won, he wrote, "Cry more, lib." And so people are like, I expect better from a incoming congressperson. You know what I mean? And I was like, Trump is president. All bets are off right now.
And what are the rules there? I mean, because if libs come after him, then can he claim like you're being mean to somebody in a wheelchair? Like what are the rules there? You can't. This is the thing. Like, he's going to be able to do all the things that libs do to us, right? Like, I mean,
yeah,
I would totally do that. I'd play all the cards if I were him. I'd play every single card. I would do it. And I'd do it with I'd do it with the laughter. I'd be like, you can't say anything to me. I'm in a wheelchair.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Ableist.
Right.
Are you ableist person?
I would do all the things to libs that they do to everybody else with all the victimhood and all that kind of stuff. I would just do it just to do it. You know?
John James in Michigan, we still don't know because Michigan does not have their act together.
This thing is caught on my earring. This is the thing is that all of these Senate races a lot of Senate races and like the smaller races are listen, the presidential race is super interesting to me, but all the little races are equally as fascinating.
Well,
you know?
And that's the other thing. This is the other thing that made me crazy last night. It's making me crazy right now is that no matter where you look, whether you go to CNN, New York Times, AP, Reuters, wherever you go, the results are different. And that's the other thing that I'm like, there's no excuse for this. These are numbers. Like, how do you, there shouldn't be multiple interpretations of hard data.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm just like, okay, so I went to Daily Mail because I was like, wonder what's going on with the Senate. Sure hope we keep the Senate. Because if we don't keep the Senate, then they're going to impeach Trump day one.
And hold up, you have to go to Daily Mail, which is a British publication. I mean, that alone, the fact that you just said that out loud is terrifying, right?
Well,
that's where you're going.
One place. It's one place that I went. I also went to all those other places I just listed. But Daily Mail is saying, oh my God, the Senate is tied. And I was like, what? So then I go to the AP. The AP's like, oh, GOP's up 47 to 45. Bunch of races still need to be called. And then I go somewhere else and the results are different. Like there's no consistency across these media outlets. And that is just unacceptable to me.
It's unacceptable. No, it completely is. But are you shocked? I mean, are you shocked? Because
I guess not.
Right. And
I'm like frustrated. Everybody should be frustrated.
Yeah, I mean, because we've never seen it like this before, but this is 2020 in a nutshell. It's like they're all reporting according to their agenda. It's like what they want. It's what they want, not what it actually is. And it's gross. It's so gross. The fact that you have to go to a British news source, a Daily Mail. I mean, it's like they've got like American politics and then the Kardashians' butt like right there next to it. I mean,
side by side.
I know, it's crazy. This is what they're doing. So it's sad that this is what we have to resort to. So who do you trust, right?
I mean, who do you? I have no idea because, that's the other thing is that people, and I see in the comments too, they're going really fast, but I see people, saying that Fox was horrible last night, that they had horrible coverage.
So many people.
And I couldn't believe how long it took for anyone to call Florida. I was like, he's 3 points up. What is there? Freaking call it. Like you called Virginia when Trump was up like hundreds of thousands of votes and they called it for Biden. And in Florida, they can't call it when 96% of the vote is in and they're like, oh, we better make sure. The rest of the counties coming in were all stronghold Republican counties and they wouldn't call it. And that to me is just that signaled that they didn't want Trump to have a win early because they didn't want that momentum to be on his side, which is also unacceptable.
It's
like
not
just
okay.
Call the races.
Call it according to the data. Don't report based on emotion. Report based on data, which is it's so indicative of our media right now.
Yeah.
It's like it's who they are. They report based on feels. Everything is feels. Yeah, and Evelyn Ortiz, thank you. I mean, she said Newsmax is the best. Newsmax is still right leaning, but at least you're right. They probably at least put numbers out there. I mean, this is the thing. And I've contended that if Trump lost the election, I'm pretty convinced. I've told Marriott Mock this. I said that he probably would start a communications company. He probably would start a media company because he's so fed up with it. I mean, look at how he's just been completely pummeled by them over the past 4 years. That's all he's done is taken beatings by the media. So I guarantee you, at least that's my theory. I feel like if he lost, he'd be like, I'm going to start a media company.
Yeah. I mean, he'll be fine. I mean, I'm not worried about him personally. Like if he loses, I'm just worried about the rest of us.
Oh, totally. Totally.
And I still worry about the Senate because now I saw somebody commenting that they thought they heard that John James won and that was called. That's not what I heard on Fox this morning, but maybe it's been updated in the last half hour or so. I mean, I think he was leading, but I don't know that Michigan is ready to say, which is frustrating. So, and my husband was like, well, so what if they lose the Senate? And I was like, what if they lose the Senate? If Trump wins, then he'll be impeached the first day of office, and then they'll pack the courts. That's what happens if we lose the Senate. It's kind of a big deal. So, that's something to keep watching, obviously, since those races aren't done. But that Mark Kelly guy won his Senate race in Arizona, which sucks because he beat McSally. So we lost that Senate seat.
Yeah.
We gained the Alabama one. And then there's still some others at play that we just don't, I have no idea.
See, and this is the thing, if people don't understand the far-reaching consequences of us losing, like what you just said, that people are just like, it's a return to kindness. And
Chris Cuomo. I listened to freaking Chris Cuomo this morning, and I was losing my crap. Because I think Don Lemon was somewhere around, right? And Chris Cuomo is trying to say, I think one thing that we've learned, and we always learn something from elections. One thing that we've learned is that, we're just really divided, and this was a way closer race than any of us thought it would be. And we really just need to love one another again, and we need to be hopeful and learn to be, learn from each other and understand our differences. And I'm like, your best friend, Don Lemon, was just on TV 2 nights ago saying, I just can't even be friends with people who are Republicans. I just can't. Because they're just the lowest of the low. Mm-hmm. And so I just want to punch these two in the face because I'm like, you guys are the biggest hypocrites ever.
And they've spent 4 years, Chris Cuomo, wasn't he the one that was on a newscast making fun of us, making fun of, he's been in news. Don Lemon has been in newscasts laughing at Republicans, and basically calling us hillbillies, alluding to the fact that we're just hill jacks, we're just nothing. And there's, give me a break. It's like, no, you can't act like you're ready to just, at this point say, okay, well, we want our guy in the presidency, and now we're going to go ahead and just heal everything. That's not how it works, Jack. Yeah. Give me a break. Yeah, you don't get to do that because you spent the last 4 years pummeling the president that we voted for and that we put into office. You have never accepted the fact that he was elected. They've never accepted it. They've acted like toddlers. Yep. They've never been adults about this. When Obama was elected, and I know you talked about this on the show, yesterday, I believe, and we've talked about it before on our show together, you and I have. But when Obama was elected, we didn't freak out. Yeah. We didn't act like toddlers. We didn't act like children about it. We didn't go on for 4 years and just carry a grudge and act like spoiled brats about it. We went on with our lives. You know what we did? We started a damn business. That's what we did. We did this. Yeah. That's what we did. And we didn't act like idiots. We just
and there's already protests happening. There's already people losing their minds and being complete lunatics out in the streets. There were people that, I think it was in DC, where they were the protesters were wearing armed gear and gas masks, to prepare themselves against their own consequences. They're insane. The people on the left are insane.
They really are.
It's nuts.
It's this constant perpetual state of victimhood. Yeah. And we never did that. Mm-mm. We got drunk. That's what we did. Frankly, that is honestly what we did. We got drunk one night and we were like, this sucks. We really wanted, because it was Mitt Romney at the time, which God would have, God help us. Because now I look back and I think that was our guy. Yeah. What were we thinking? So it was Mitt Romney versus Obama, and he didn't win. And we were like, okay, well, that sucks. He didn't win. We got drunk. The next morning, we, got up and said, okay, well, that's that. Mm-hmm. We got to look forward to 4 more years from now, and we'll see what happens. But we figured out, what we were gonna do, and we just did it. We just lived life. We didn't do what these people have done for the past 4 years, which is literally lose their minds. I've never seen anything like it. It's crazy.
They're just out of their minds completely.
It is.
Before I forget to tell you the other thing that I'm irritated at. So do you remember, I don't know, it was 6 months ago at least, when we talked on our show about Doug Collins, who, a lot of people fell in love with during the whole impeachment, or not the impeachment, but the Russian collusion investigation stuff. Representative Doug Collins decided that he was going to make a run for Senate in Georgia against Kelly Loeffler, who's the current senator. And I was super irritated about it then because I was like, Doug Collins, don't do that because you're needed in Congress. You're gonna re-win your seat. Don't primary the sitting GOPer. And he did, and he totally ruined it for her because now there's going to be a runoff election. I don't even know when, like January maybe between.
Don't you hate it when they do that? I hate
yes,
that.
it makes me crazy. And I'm just like, why did you do that? Because now what's he going to do? He doesn't have his Congress seat, his House seat, and he didn't win this. And then he made it harder for the Republicans to keep the Senate. And it just makes me so mad because it's such a selfish thing. And I think I might have fought with Rob about that because he was like, why shouldn't he? And blah. We ended up having like an on-air fight about it, if I remember right, because I was just like, I just think this is a terrible idea. I don't like it. And now I'm even extra mad at Doug Collins, who I want to like because he's a good congressman.
But they get like overly, and I'm not going to say overly ambitious because I mean, you should aspire to the next thing. I get it. But I mean, when you're going to screw it up for the whole party, it's like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Why are you going to do that?
Why do you got to make this hard? You just don't do that.
Yeah.
I think I went to bed shortly after Ilhan Omar re-won her seat because I was like, I can't. I mean, what is wrong with people that they would re-elect someone with all that baggage, with all these accusations just hovering over her head?
I think it's because her constituents are Somalians, right?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. She's in a heavy Somali area, which I mean, I get it, but like, don't they care that she is a criminal, essentially?
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care. They just, that's what they see. It's kind of like, it's like the Democrat way, right? It's like they care about that. That's what they care about. They don't care about, all of this stuff about, we care about the character. We want to return to character. It's a bunch of bull crap. It's all bull crap. They don't care about character at all. They don't care about the soul. They don't care about any of that. They care about, what do you look like?
Yeah.
Do you look like me? What do you look like? Or do you check that box? That's all they care. They care about the color of your skin. They care about checking a box. That's what they care about, which makes them so unbelievably racist. They just can't see it. It makes them all the things that they point their fingers and accuse us of, but that's what they are. Like it's the ultimate in projection, and it's all the things that they accuse us of. They are. It's crazy, and they can't see it. And then they're like, Republicans are racist. They're racist. No, actually, you are, because that's all you guys see. Like that's all you care about. And then they get up on a podium and they put they put their old white guy up on a podium and they say, okay, call everybody racist and then talk about the character of this country. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then maybe some dumb people will buy it.
And they do.
And they do.
Got a message this morning from our program director who said that this is the first time that on a Wednesday after the election, we don't know for sure the outcome, and that this is going to mean that our shows are going to have to be like super newsy, and we're going to be breaking news as it happens, as more results come in. And so basically we're not allowed to really inject a lot of opinion into the show. And so
I'm glad I'm not there.
Yeah. So he was like, don't try to stay away from like the emotional side of it and just report on the numbers that are coming in. And I'm like, but I can't do that. Like, because I'm so mad. I'm so mad at all the states who don't know how to have a freaking election that I don't see how I'm supposed to just talk numbers. I just can't do it. I'll make Rob do that.
Yeah. So you just going to sit back and drink coffee and have him do the show? Because that's what I would do. I'd be like, if I can't inject opinion, because I thought that's what you're paid to do.
Yeah. I mean, he was like, you can still have fun and obviously, do what you do. But remember that our job is going to be different today than it normally is after the elections, because we're still going to be learning. News is going to be breaking literally every second. You should have done. You should have been like, so can I talk about my monkey story then? I know. I didn't. I can't remember if we even got to that on the show. I think we did.
You should inject that monkey. Inject that monkey story. be a good time for it. I mean, listen, it's like, no opinion there, except for you talk about your monkey
It's facts,
story.
man. It's monkey labor facts. In fact, when I was entering this broadcast and I had the chance to type in my name, I was gonna put like forced monkey labor or something.
Yeah.
And then I thought, if that's on there permanently, then I felt like somehow that was going to cause a problem.
You think?
And I don't even know, because you just never know. People are so weird on the internet now.
I know.
I don't know what to think
That's,
about it.
That's right. Like somebody would have sued you for that. They would have been
Right.
like, that caused personal distress.
Or basically, because anytime you even say the word monkey, you're considered racist.
Something
Even
is
if you're
wrong.
saying,
yeah, that's right.
you know what
that's
I mean?
right.
Even if you're talking about a story about Costco banning monkey labor
That's
milk.
right. People will be like, those girls are so white and racist
Right.
because they're just white. Look how, especially this one. She's so white. Look how white she is. She's like transparent. She must be racist.
Oh my
She's
God.
obviously a racist. Yeah.
Well, and I saw someone earlier in the comments. Someone commented, "It's those two brain dead blondes again," and I was like, you know what? I just had my hair darkened again yesterday, so screw you.
Right. It looks really good, by the way. It's super cute.
Thanks. It's too light on the top. I don't like that he made it so light. I wanted
It's
it
kind
a
of
little
like, what do
darker.
they call it? Balayage. Isn't that what they call it? Balayage. Isn't that what that is?
I thought it was
Ladies,
the
help us
reverse.
out.
Isn't it supposed to be light on the bottom?
I don't know.
I feel like that's the
I don't get
reverse.
it done, so I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm not that fancy. I'm not. I'm just like, take the gray out. I don't care. Whatever.
People are saying that Biden is leading in Wisconsin now by 20,000 votes. So
Biden is?
Yeah. So maybe that's why when I was listening to the radio this morning, they were talking about Trump having that narrow path. So I just don't know. I just don't know.
You guys, what about Texas? I didn't look this morning. How's Texas?
Trump got Texas.
He totally got Texas.
Yeah.
But was it like I figured that he would, but was it a good lead? Was it?
It was 50. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's Senate. Hang on. Let me get back to president and I'll tell you the exact numbers. 52-46. 52% to 46%.
All right. That's solid.
So
that's
yeah,
solid.
it's pretty solid.
I'm happy about that. Okay.
So
that makes me happy.
Am I on the internet?
Yes, you're on the internet.
You're on the internet.
I like your hair.
Really?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mine or
Are
hers?
you talking to me?
I'm talking to you.
Me?
Oh, okay.
I'm talking to you.
See what he's doing?
Yeah. I'm talking to you. Yeah. Hey, Rob. I'm sorry that your guy didn't become governor.
Can you
Rob,
hear her?
Rob wanted Donald
Yeah.
Rainwater, who is a libertarian, to be the
He
governor.
can't hear you.
He wanted Rainwater to be the governor of Indiana. He's a libertarian because our governor, Eric Holcomb of Indiana, we call him Lockdown McGee, and he has enforced a lot of just strict rules about COVID here in our state of our beloved state of Indiana, and so it's been kind of tough here in Indiana. And so he has really pushed Donald Rainwater, who believes in the freedom of the individual and freedom. And he's just really he's libertarian.
Well,
and
he's
so,
going to be talking about that a ton, I'm sure.
Yeah, on the
today.
show.
What?
Yeah.
About Rainwater's race.
Total win.
He's saying it's a total win.
But he did really well. I mean, his numbers were really high because y'all know that libertarians never win. But he got a big percentage in the state of Indiana. I was surprised. He did really well, it kind of says something about how things are tipping and people are wanting freedom. And it was very interesting how that turned out.
Yeah.
So
Can you tell her how hot she looks now that I can't hear her?
she can hear
I
you.
heard.
Oh,
I heard him. Thank you, Rob. Yeah.
Do we need to get some audio? We probably need some audio. I don't know.
we are the audio. That's our job.
You're
Okay.
right, Teresa. There are too many leftists moving to Texas. I don't like it. A lot of people.
That
that don't-
actually is not as bad as it was looking. I mean, Texas early on,
Right.
I was like, what is going on? But
I
then
hear you.
That's sort of more normal, I guess.
Yeah, but still, there are too many people that are moving to Texas that are.
Yeah.
I still don't like it. Like it should have been a landslide
Yeah.
in
it should've.
Texas. The numbers looked. I mean, like what you just told me, those are good. I expected Texas to be for Trump, but I wanted it to be like even bigger than that.
Yeah.
It should have been.
I
And
know.
20 years ago, it would have been. So,
And we
too
kept
many-
having hope for, I mean, there was no way that Trump was going to take California, but there was some hope, I think, from conservatives that follow us that we talked to here in our Facebook Lives. People were like, there's parades and boats and, you know, caravans and blah. And there's a lot more Trump support here than you realize, but no, there's not.
Somebody just wrote, how can a crook run for president? Wake up, America. Are you talking about Biden? Because he's the crook, right? It's Biden,
I mean, he's
right?
basically sold us out to China, but you know,
Yeah.
no big deal.
And his son is involved in some shady stuff. So that's who you're talking about, right? I'm assuming. Or you're a troll. I'm not really sure. We'll get you.
So California was like 65% to Biden. I mean, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even in the same zip code of close.
Who's shocked?
So.
Raise their hand. Look at the people who think that Gavin Newsom is doing a good job.
God, I gotta see
mean-
New York. New York was actually that's actually closer than I expected for New York. Joe Biden was 55 and Donald Trump was 43, and Donald Trump didn't even campaign in New York.
Wow.
So that's actually
Pretty good.
I don't know what it is normally, but that seems not as big of a spread as I would have expected. So I don't know.
I love the comments. The comments are just,
Are people being awful?
yeah, some are being awesome, and then we've got some trolls in there. I just love the trolls who love to hang out and like come in here and like waste their time. And I just don't understand why trolls come in.
Well, the good news about that is that they're here to insult us instead of out in the streets tearing shit up, which is what so many of them do.
Fantastic point, Mom. It's a fantastic point. They're like stuck in their mother's basements. Is that what
Right.
it is?
Right. So,
Yeah.
you know, welcome. We'd much rather you be here, honestly.
Their mommies haven't given them like their $5 allowance to go buy Cheetos at the local mini mart. Is that what it is? You guys just haven't made it out yet. It's a little too early for you.
A little too early.
Yeah, God bless you.
Another big storyline that's going to come out of this whole thing is that once again, the Democrat, Joe Biden in this case, is winning the popular vote. So you know that that's going to send all the people that are like down with the Electoral College into a total frenzy. Because right now the count is like Joe Biden is 68,997,000 compared to Donald Trump 66,725,000.
Wait, what was Biden again?
Biden was 68,997,000
Okay.
compared to 66.7. So it's about the same spread as with Hillary. I mean,
Okay.
we're looking at 3 million-ish vote difference. So, again, we're going to hear all the cries about the people that are like, one person, one vote. And they just don't understand the whole purpose of the Electoral College.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, that would be another storyline.
It was kind of cool because my daughter came home last night and she learned about the Electoral College in school yesterday.
Yeah.
And she's like, Mommy, I learned about it. Here's a video that I learned. And I was like, yeah, I was telling her about the importance of the Electoral College and how crucial it is, blah, blah, blah. So at least, some schools are still teaching about it and that it's important. And, God, please, there's so many dumb, like, I don't want to say millennials because not all millennials are dumb, but there are a lot of like 20-ish people out there that are like lobbying for this and saying, we need to get rid of the Electoral College. So no.
Yeah.
No.
There's a really good reason to have it. People should just do their basic research and learn about why we have it. Learn why the founders knew that was the right thing to have. So
exactly. All right. So you guys, I guess we'll see who's going to win.
Yeah.
In the next 20 days.
Oh my God. At this point, I feel like 20 days would be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like fast, based on just how crazy everything is. I wouldn't be surprised if we take it all the way up to the Supreme Court because, all the lawyers are swarming in these states that haven't called the races yet. There's swarms of lawyers and I can't.
Well, if you guys are praying, people, pray for our country because we need it right now. We sure need it because there's crazy stuff happening. And yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I should go and learn things before I go on the air.
Go learn the things. I'm going to go off to my other job upstairs. And you guys.
By the way, in case you were wondering how Rob does a template, a show lineup. Okay. So, the clock looks really good. Looks like this. This is the template.
Oh my God. That's it.
That's it. He's like, let's talk about the election. So normally for people watching, you should know that like yesterday's when it was my turn to put together the lineup, it was about 20 pages.
And
you know,
then
'cause
mine would have been like 30.
This one's like 79.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I was like, listen, do me a favor. And when you put together the template, like take out pictures and stuff, just keep it really short and brief and like just text only. So that this is what I got. 1 page, 2 stories. The rest of it, we're just going to wing, apparently. So,
Well, okay. Well, good luck with that.
yeah,
Hopefully we're just going to talk about the election and we'll see what happens.
I'm going to be like, let's take some calls because I got nothing.
Okay. Well, that should be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting show for sure. Definitely you'll want to tune in, everybody.
At least from what the program director said, you don't want to talk about opinions.
No, I don't
So
want to be
just-
fun. I don't want to. I got to be straight laced and just talk about numbers.
Just put some numbers in there, and that should be a barn burner. That one. You guys
Yeah,
have
it's going to be
fun.
an exciting show today.
Have fun. Okay, bring it in, everybody.
Bring it in!
You guys have a great day.
Bye.
Bye,
I have to
everybody.
figure out how to end it.
I'm just gonna close